Good morning, everyone. This is Zoology on September 18th. I'm Mr. Sheridan, and we are going to talk. This is FFA Friday. So congratulations. We made it to Friday. This is our first 5-day week in a few weeks. So I know from experience in my kids and me personally that it's been a bit of a long week. So we've just got some brief things we're going to run through, some background, some more information about the FFA. So the first thing that we're going to do is if you go to your classroom, you just like always, I want you to jump into your Google Classroom and do your daily attendance and your daily check-in. Make sure that you're doing those every single day. And then down here in week number 5, the first thing that I want you to do is click on this instruction to FFA Symbols. This is a short presentation that I'm going to go through right now so that we get a little bit of background on why the FFA has so many of these symbols, and then we're going to talk about which chapter officers, and we're going to go through what those officers do and what symbols are associated with them. So this is the FFA emblem. I imagine that many of you have seen it before. It looks in color. You can see it in color here, but in black and white, this graphic does a good job of saying exactly what the symbols are that we're going to pull out of there. There are 6 that you'll need to know. We are going to take a short quiz on this presentation today that will be due. So there are 6 different symbols: the cross-section of corn, the eagle, the owl, the plow, the words, agricultural, education, and FFA, and then the rising sun. So what those things mean, what do those things represent? Why are they there? So first of all, the cross-section of corn, the reason that there's corn surrounding it, not just because because we're an agricultural organization, but corn is grown in all 50 states. So we like to use corn as a way to represent the fact that we are all united in the fact that every single state that's a member of the FFA grows corn. The eagle that's perched on top represents the fact that the FFA is a national organization. The owl is a symbol of knowledge and wisdom. The plow is a symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. So that's what we think of when we think of people in ag that are hardworking people that are doing what they need to do. We represent that with the plow. The rising sun represents the dawn of a new day, that there's new day, that we've made progress in the past, and that we are moving forward as an organization, as a people. We're trying to get better. We're trying to do the things that we need to do, and we represent that by the rising sun. And the words, agricultural education, indicating that education is an incredibly important part of this organization itself, and the leadership part of it that is represented by the FFA. So we're going to run through the officers really quick. There are 7 chapter officers or state officers or regional officers. Every officer team in the FFA has 7 offices that are specific, and they all are symbolized by an emblem of some kind. Some of those are duplicated from the symbols that we just talked about that are on the actual FFA emblem. So the officers in the FFA, obviously the president is the leader of our organization. They preside over meetings, and their place is beneath the rising sun. The vice president is stationed by the plow. We talked about how the plow is the symbol of labor and tillage of the soil, that we have hardworking people that are doing what they can. They oversee all committees. So like last night was our first FFA meeting, and we already formed 2 committees of people that are going to be working on one designing a sign for the barn, and one organizing painting some of the walls in the barn so that we have a really cool place with the FFA emblem that students can actually sign that are members of the FFA chapter. So I super appreciate Madison Sorensen and Danielle Ersman too, that were our committee chairs for those things. So, but our vice president actually is the person who is going to oversee those committees. So that's part of their role. They also call the role of officers at meetings, and they lead the organization if our president is not able to be there. Our secretary is stationed by the ear of corn. We talked about how the ear of corn representing corn again, and the fact that we're all united, that we're all connected by the fact that we grow corn all over the place. They keep an accurate record of meetings and correspond with other FFA chapters, and obviously they would be doing that with the secretary. The treasurer is stationed by the emblem of Washington. Is what we call it's actually a picture of George Washington, and we use George Washington to represent our treasurer because he kept good financial records, and we encourage that from our treasurers, and we say that they like to encourage thrift among the members and strive to build up financial independence through savings and investment. The reporter is stationed by the flag. We hope that our reporter is taking pictures at events, that they are the one who is writing press releases if necessary, that they are contacting the media. And in this world that we live in right now, our Facebook page is an FFA chapter, so you can search us on Facebook if you are into that, and you can find information about our chapter. You will find a couple of different Dansville FFA chapters. They had some issues transferring one page over, so you may have to click on a link to take you to the current one. But we do have a Dansville FFA Facebook page where you can find information and updates, and that would be run by our reporter. The Sentinel is stationed by the door. If you want to think of this person as kind of the greeter or the bouncer or however you want to think of that, but it's the person who's going to set up the room, make sure the room is in order, and making sure that people are behaving themselves. They're also welcoming people when they come into the room. We call that the Sentinel. The advisor, this is my role within our FFA chapter. I'm the old guy who is supposed to be able to give advice and is supposed to be a source of knowledge about FFA and agri-science as a whole. So that is our presentation. So what I would like you to do now is for everyone to go in and take this FFA Symbols quiz. There's only 10 questions. They're quite short, and they won't take you very long, and they're all the answers are located in that presentation we just went through. So make sure that you get that turned in today. Please, 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 you got to get your summatives turned in. I have about half students that have not turned in their summative that was due yesterday. We're not going to spend any more class time, but you need to get those turned in so I can give you a summative grade. Other than that, have a wonderful day, and I will see you all on Monday. Have a great weekend.